Good evening and welcome to the Onsen Budgie Smugglers with Yoshi and Crash. Your hosts, Yoshi Imagawa and me, Troy Thompson. Welcome, Yoshi.
Good evening, Troy. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me, as always.
A little bit of a change this week, actually, in the evening, whereas normally we're up and about first thing in the morning on a Saturday. But we've both got some things on tomorrow, so I'm heading off fishing. What are you up to tomorrow, Yosh?
Osaka team was having a Anzac Day tournament and have to leave, around now, so have to get organized as well. That's why it's better for us to do tonight.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So, as usual, coming to you simultaneously from Kyoto in Japan and Northcote in Victoria. Yoshi, your highs and lows from this week.
Highs, I got a reason back, in a fully, like I'm doing a fully tours on my own to prepare for the tomorrow's, Anzac Day Cup tournament. Last Friday, my kicking was not good. Like, I couldn't kick higher, I couldn't kick long, just short, low kicks. Then I got back in Tuesday. Sorry, I think Tuesday or Monday, I can't remember now. Then I think Tuesday, then I got it back nicely today as well.
So what got you back on track?
Sorry?
So what got you kicking back on track? Why did it suddenly pick up?
That's right, yeah. My kicking was so nice, on Tuesday and today.
What was the change?
I think in my mindset, I think.
Fair enough.
Also, I just focus on for trying to do the best as well, I reckon.
Yeah, and your low for the week?
Just I'm worried too much about the future. Unfortunately, as always, it's a kind of in a negative loop again.
Mate, better days are coming. Believe it. Better days are coming. It will help you.
Just my
my low this week, I guess, is having a bit of a head cold, coughing, and blocked up sinuses. No good. Bit of going around the office at work, not good. But the only bonus is the deep, sexy voice you can hear now. So that's my high of the week.
Your voice is always sexy, mate. That's nice.
Thanks, Josh.
What happens to get your head cold? Do you have any idea what happened?
I have no idea. Maybe it was because I was out in the rain last weekend.
Oh dear, that's a shame. How much rain did you get? Quite a lot?
Yeah, I look at rain pretty much all day last Saturday, and I was out watching my daughter play footy, which I guess was my other high of the week. But yeah, probably not the best for your health to spend a whole day out in the rain.
Understand. Then you have to get a shower as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you had any access to the clubhouse, on your daughter's free play?
I don't think so.
Oh, really? That's a shame.
I know.
Then you rush into the car and get back home as soon as possible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, then have you got a shower afterwards straight?
Yeah, straight in the hot shower. That's right. Maybe a shower beer or two.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, Josh, to our topics of discussion for this week.
Right. I give you Japan Rail Pass. A steep fare hike was the extra mile.
So it makes me wonder when I think about fares and what they might do for a pass, something like they just raise the fares up quite a lot for to get to one major destination that's just a little bit further on than perhaps some less desirable destination.
Uh, the hint is, you know, you rely on Japan Rail Pass, if you come to Japan to travel around. That's for the, inbound tourists, actually, not for Japanese residents.
Right. And do you find this from speaking to people who are visiting Japan?
Yeah, of course, like, when I got on a plane from New Zealand to Tokyo one day, like back in 2005, I think. Oh, sorry, from Sydney to Tokyo in 2005. A young lady next to me, told me that she would travel on a Japan Railway Pass. That's what I heard the first, I think.
Sounds good. And hopefully someday before too long, I'm there and able to use it and come and visit you, mate.
Just my, then, can you guess, how much JR Group, will rise the price in October? How many percentage from now to the future? Can you guess?
In Australian dollars?
3% in like a, for example, 50% rise or 70% or like a
Oh,
guess
yeah. I would say 75%.
close 70, I think. Like currently, like it's 30, around 33,000 Japanese yen, like which is like about 300, 360 Australian dollars to 50,000 yen, which is about 550 Australian dollars. Big
And
rise.
how long does that pass last for?
In this case, 7 days.
7 days. Wow.
Yeah,
But you have some good trains there, right? Some good fast trains.
that's right. Many inbound tourists start from Tokyo, then stop over like in Takayama, like in Gifu, for example, maybe Nagoya, then Kyoto, Osaka, then go to Hiroshima, like that, I think.
Better than the slow old rattlers we have here in Australia, mate. They're not very fast at all.
That's a good point. Japanese railway systems are so like reliable, like fast.
Yeah. You're very lucky.
Yeah, but I don't use much about the Shinkansen bullet train at all. I don't have any excuse to use this train, fortunately.
Yeah, fair enough. More for tourists, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So my story this week was the headline was the Great Wall of Coolum, which is in Queensland. The
Yeah.
Great Wall of Coolum sparks neighbour chaos.
Great Wall. I had a quick research before we start the podcast, and sounds like a nice beach, beautiful beach in Queensland.
Yeah.
Then there's a wall like to protect from the highway, Vatican. Then that wall has been collapsed. Then left a mess in the neighbors, Vatican.
Yeah, close, but not quite there. So there's Coolum is a very nice area up in Queensland. Lots of people like to go there and holiday. As you said, there's nice beach.
Yeah.
There's one area where they're developing new housing there, and the developer has put up a very long temporary fence, about 1.8 meters high.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a wire fence that runs for about half a kilometre, so quite a long way.
Yeah.
But the problem with the fence is that wallabies and kangaroos
Yeah.
normally go through those areas, can't get through the fence, and they've been crashing into it, particularly in the middle of the night, and
Oh,
waking up the neighbors of all the houses that live next to the fence.
oh no, that's not good. Then hitting like a bang, 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 right?
Yeah, they just keep bouncing off it, trying to get through.
Oh no. Then these animals are running fast and crash into the fence.
Yeah, not much fun.
No, of course not. It's unnecessary noise at night time.
So now we'll move on to probably what really is becoming your weekly high, Yoshi, and that's having a look at the AFL ladder
Yeah,
and seeing your Saints sitting on top.
that's my despite the loss to Collingwood.
Yeah, so after the 5 rounds, they're 4 wins and 1 loss. With that loss to Collingwood, I think we were both watching that game in our respective locations last Sunday from Adelaide. The last game of the round was pretty close. St Kilda came back and looked like they might get the win, but just not quite good enough.
Yeah, it was late to bounce back, unfortunately.
What did you think of their performance in the week before, the Saints in round 4?
It was a tough game to watch for the first half. Then St. Kilda couldn't get into the goal square, like the goal course, had a quick shot, right? Then, but I was wondering what's happened with the defense, like a big defense, like a Kamweke, like do go forwards, etc. They didn't do much. Oh, I was wondering what happens to St. Kilda, but St. Kilda got back the brand of the free in the last half, like get back to the normal free, then which is good. Then by can't remember the margin, 50, not a 50, maybe 40, can't remember now. But it's
Just
a game.
take the 4 points, mate. All good.
That's a for premiership point is good.
That's right. They're the only ones that matter.
But
I
I'm sure it's
unfortunately,
a small margin at all. Big margin for the Gold Coast game.
yeah. I unfortunately went and watched the Hawks play Geelong at the MCG,
Yeah.
which was all going
It's a
along
Monday.
quite nicely to half time. The Hawks had a bit of a lead. They were playing all right. And then Jeremy Cameron took over. Paddy Dangerfield played well for the first time for the season. And
Yeah.
that third quarter, I can't remember how many goals Geelong kicked. It might have been 11. They just blew us out of the water and continued to just keep their foot on us in the last quarter and won by, I think, 80 odd points. So that was pretty demoralizing to be there and watch.
Understand you must be very, very frustrated at the G.
Look, Geelong were just too good that day. There's no doubt about it. They played much better football. Yeah, the only frustration is that we couldn't put up a little bit more resistance when they were playing so well. Maybe shut them down in the middle a bit, but we were unable to do that.
Yeah. Have you seen the sign of the noodle, pressed by Hoson? The
No,
hot noodle sign from
no,
the bench?
I haven't. Oh, yes, I did. Sorry, the 2-minute noodles sign. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
What
think
did you,
about
what did,
2 minutes noodle sign?
I thought it was pretty inventive, kind of funny. I don't know whether it was done on purpose to try and get some media attention, but it certainly worked if that was the design. Pretty funny.
Yeah, it's interesting, funny, yeah?
But maybe they should focus a bit more on playing better footy.
Of course, that's the point.
So then everybody last weekend was over in Adelaide for the gather round. And as we just discussed, Collingwood got over the Saints. Unfortunately, just before that, I watched the Hawks go down to GWS. Hawthorn were playing pretty well, had a pretty good lead, but we got run down in the end. And consequently, that sees us at 18th place on the ladder with 1 win and 4 losses. So my fortunes are the opposite to yours, Yoshi.
Oh, it's a shame. Hopefully, Hawks in the bounce back soon.
I don't know about that, but let's have a look at our tips for the next 2 rounds and see what we think.
Yeah, all right.
Have you put your tips in today, Yoshi?
Yeah, of course, I did the homework, of course.
Well, that's good because it's 40 minutes to the first bounce down of round 6 tonight. Fremantle versus Western Bulldogs over in Perth. Who do you tip?
Right. I got the Fremantle to win.
I think I went with the Western Bulldogs there. I think they might cause an upset.
Nice.
Sorry.
Oh, bless.
Tomorrow, Port Adelaide versus West Coast Eagles at Adelaide Oval.
I chip Port.
Yeah, I think Port will keep the Adelaide Festival from last week rolling on and have a win. GWS Giants play Brisbane in Canberra tomorrow.
Canberra, right. I chip the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, I think the Brisbane Lions will win that as well. The Geelong Cats versus Sydney Swans down in Geelong on Saturday night.
I chip Sydney Swans.
Oh, Yosh, brave call after what happened in the grand final last year, but the Cats are definitely not quite on the same form as they were then. I'm going to go with the Cats just because it's down in Geelong.
All right, home team advantage.
Yeah. Speaking of home team advantage, Hawthorn are down in Launceston on Sunday playing against the Adelaide Crows.
I have to make a tough call. Adelaide Crows were so good last week, so then fortunately I chipped Crows.
Yeah, I think the Crows will roll on as well. Hawthorn always play pretty well down in Tassie, but they're not quite as magic there as they once were. Carlton versus St Kilda at Marvel Stadium. Wow, that's going to be a great game, Josh.
St Kilda.
I wouldn't expect anything less. I'm going to go with the Saints as well. They are the form team. Carlton going pretty well. And certainly their big forwards are going to test your defence, but your defence so far has been very good this season.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sunday, late afternoon, Gold Coast Suns versus North Melbourne up on the Gold Coast.
On the Gold Coast. Then Gold Coast, Gold Coast, it's got 4 points, I think.
Yeah, I think the Suns will win that up there. On Monday, the Anzac Eve game, Melbourne versus Richmond at the MCG.
I chip Melbourne Demons.
Melbourne for me too, yep. On Tuesday, Anzac Day here in Melbourne, or in all of Australia for that matter. The public holiday, Collingwood versus Essendon.
Right. I give Essendon to win. Because it's good on the Demons, and Collingwood has a good form, but I would chip Essendon.
Yeah, look, I think it's for a while now, this has been a bit of a 50-50 game where any team can win and not necessarily the form team. I'm going to go with Collingwood as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're a bit beaten up from playing against St Kilda last week.
Yeah. So you go for Essendon?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Collingwood.
Right. I'll go for Essendon.
Yeah. We'll quickly go through the round 17 matches as well, because we won't be back until round 8. So St Kilda Port Adelaide on Friday night at Marvel Stadium.
St Kilda in Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, I think Saints as well. Brisbane Freo at the Gabba.
And who are playing against?
Brisbane Lions versus Fremantle.
Brisbane in Gabba.
Yep, Brisbane for me too. Sydney Swans versus GWS at the SCG.
Sydney Swans?
Yeah, I'll take the Swans as well. Western Bulldogs versus Hawthorn at Marvel Stadium.
Fortunately, sorry to say, but Bulldogs through.
You don't have to try and make me feel good, Yosh. I know we're no good. I'll pick the Bulldogs as well. Melbourne versus North Melbourne at the MCG.
Melbourne are too good.
Yeah, agreed. West Coast versus Carlton at Optus Stadium. That's Perth.
Carlton are bouncing back at round 7.
Yeah, I think Carlton will bounce back as well. And Essendon versus Geelong on Sunday at the MCG.
Essendon.
Yeah, I reckon Essendon as well. Richmond versus Gold Coast Suns.
Richmond are good on the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, I'll go for the Tigers. And Adelaide Crows versus Collingwood at the Adelaide Oval.
Collingwood.
I'm going to go for the Crows to back up from their win at Adelaide Oval last weekend. So I think they're on a bit of a hometown high to upset Collingwood.
That's good. Hopefully it happens.
It can happen. So, Yosh, you're playing footy this weekend. Who will you be playing for and who are you playing against?
We have 3 teams participating in the tournament. We neighbours have a merging team with R246 Lions. Then other 2 opponents are a merged team of Senshi Powers and Komaza Magpies, University Boys. Then other one, big expert team called Tokyo Goannas. That's 3 teams are playing each other.
Yeah.
6 matches, 2 matches, we have 2 matches each other.
Yeah.
Times 3, 6 matches.
It's a big weekend of footy.
Yeah.
And I think you've put yourself down to your big goal for this week is to kick a goal. Is that correct?
I hope so. I haven't kicked a goal since July 2018, so I've been struggling, but I want to get out as soon as possible with a struggle, goal kicking
mate,
goal.
Hopefully you kick it long and hard and through the big sticks.
Just right.
And hopefully you'll get to sing your team song over the weekend. What is the team song for the Dingoes?
It's I'm not sure about the actual Dingo song. A former president who is Eagle supporter, created the kind of parody of West Coast Eagle song.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if it's actually valid or not. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay.
No, unfortunately, not sure.
We
have to discuss.
I can't talk you into singing that.
I want to sing, but I have no idea. But it's really, really Dingo song.
Fair enough. All right, mate. Well, I am off to catch some fish for the weekend, and I'll be probably listening to the footy on the radio while I'm up there. So, yeah,
Nice.
good weekend.
Whereabouts are you going?
Southern New South Wales, near a little town called Moolameen.
Murami.
Yeah,
Is that a small town or?
yeah. It's a very small town, about 100 people, and we'll be somewhere on the river near there. It's a secret spot. I can't tell you, Yosh.
Hopefully no one comes to you, mate. I can't go
Nah,
physically.
hopefully
Too
not.
far away.
I need all the fish, mate. Need all the fish to myself. All right.
Enjoy the
So
secret
I'll see you in 2 weeks' time, mate.
see you in 2 weeks and enjoy fully and have a good weekend.
Good luck, mate. See ya.
Just